Happy New Year! It's 2022, and we're getting closer to this administration being put to a complete stop. And the hope is that the election this year will be totally turned around from being a socialist republic to a republic again. And so that brings a lot of hope to a lot of individuals. This is the start of a new year. Hopefully you've got your goals written down and started to take action towards them. As you saw in last year, every day we just kept plugging away and plugging away. And as a result, got through 14 or 15 books and got notes taken. And so now we're at the point where we're going to dive into the software and start, in a sense, going to the driving range every day. We're going to be watching videos on how to use this software and dive deep into it to try and learn it. The first goal for today, Monday, the 3rd of January 2022, we are going to break down all of the different scans that are internal into the system and try and come up with a framework or a table or something and start to track each one of these different types of scans. And in a sense, we're opening up our toolbox to see what tools do we have. What tools are available to us with this software program, TC2000, to be able to utilize in order to make high probability trades so that we can cash flow the market. And so I had already broken those down using Microsoft Edge into collections, and I believe there's in a sense 5 different collections that I have for the software. They're only 3-minute videos, so we're just going to be sitting down and Monday watching those videos, Tuesday watching a separate set of videos, Wednesday, etc., etc. At the same time, we're going to be breaking down some more inside of OneNote. We need to focus our attention on the strategies so that we can start paper trading. If we don't know what the criteria is, for those who are asking why we're not just jumping in on Monday to paper trade what? We have to know what the strategy is, what we're doing a scan for, so that we have charts to look at, so that we can dive deeper into the fundamentals, the technicals, and the behaviorals. So that's the game plan for today. Also, to make sure that Quicken is up to date from transactions over the weekend, and that I can figure out what our budget is going to be, what amount of money do I need, and will the day job support those finances, those debts. And so, if they will sustain those debts, then our goal is to transfer the secondary incomes, paychecks, directly into the brokerage account. I'm a little leery of doing that just right out of the chute going into the new year, just because I don't want to have to transfer money out of the brokerage account into our personal and business accounts, because I don't know what the delay is going to be. So I may be doing some dummy transactions just to see how long it takes for those funds to settle, and to make sure that the debit card that I have for the brokerage account is active, so that I'm not throwing the money in there and finding myself locked into a financial burden because of mismanagement. So that's also a high priority for today, to try and get that done. I did spend a lot of time with Fabio this weekend. I stopped by over at his shop twice. He's gotten the front end of the Dodge Grand Caravan taken apart, all the way down to the radiators and the condensers, headlights, bumpers, all that type of stuff is been out. He spent most of the weekend cleaning up the shop, preparing for a brand new start on this Monday. He's having some challenges with independent contractor that he has. Actually asked that individual to get out of the shop, and Fabio is looking to run the shop by himself. I understand that. I agree with a lot of the decisions that he has. If you've got somebody that's pulling you in the wrong direction, or you give them tasks to get done and they're not getting it done, then it's time to cut them loose. And I can totally relate to that. And so, he says that he values the words and the wisdom that I've been sharing with him, over the last couple of months, trying to keep him sane. He actually blew up at the employee, or independent contractor, I should say, and the irony is that is, in a sense, part family. The girl that Fabio is dating, Nicole, used to be with that other individual and have children together, and so there's this whole dynamic that's going. And so I understand that he's torn between a lot of his decisions, but he's just at his wit's end and he can't take it anymore. So hopefully this morning he'll be on track. He'll continue to work on the Dodge Grand Caravan. I told him that I could make him another $700 payment on Tuesday or Wednesday. I get a paycheck of over $700 from the secondary income, and it's $700. So we're probably just going to do that from the business account, and I'll have to transfer some funds in order to be able to pay rent. I also had a talk with Brianna this weekend, and she's always inquisitive as to what it is that I'm doing. I told her what the goal was, what the plan was, what the progress had been, and laid the seed work that this is something that can be passed on from generation to generation once it's completed. I don't think that she really has a desire to take this and run with it, and she may not be the one that needs to manage it. And quite frankly, I think that she said by herself that she doesn't necessarily want to jump in and take over something that I've created and have that responsibility. I get that. I told her ultimately, if I didn't have anybody to run it and I threw it into her lap, quite frankly, I wouldn't care, because I wouldn't be here. Who cares what people say after I'm gone? I'm gone. And so, I'm not doing this for the kids. I'm doing it for self-preservation. I'm doing it for myself, for Tracy, and for Aaron, and to be able to take care of Nana. Those are the people inside of my household. Those are the individuals that are in my closest sphere of influence. And so, they're the priority. Once it's already established, once people see the fruits of the labor, once the lifestyle changes, once there's money in the account, once a house has been built, once we're traveling, once we're able to make all of our bills, once we're debt-free, then anybody would be an idiot. That might be the person that's watching this right now. Might be an idiot if they don't take this and run with it. Somebody will at some point in time down the road in the future. This information will be of value to somebody and be a life changer. And so when you build legal entity structures, that never die, this can go on for generations upon generations upon generations. And even if you don't want to do the work, think outside of the box. And if you had somebody that you're paying them $100,000 a year and they were able to make you $100,000 a year with these different strategies, you could simply buy, outsource, if you will, not necessarily buy, but hire somebody to run this for you. While you're just reaping the benefits of the cash flow, and you just have the expense of an employee. So the downside is, once you teach them how to go do it, they'd be like, why not just go run and do this by myself? And then you have to take this and give it to another individual. So, for them to learn it and to run with it. So a lot of dynamics going, a lot of things moving, a lot of moving parts. But we're making progress on the Dodge Grand Caravan, on OneNote, on the books, on the strategies, on the software, on the finances, on the home. The home front's getting cleaned up, and we're just going to be running this year as hard as we can for secondary income to try and throw that into the brokerage account. And I believe the goal, let's throw it out there, by the end of this year, I hope to have 100,000 to 125,000 plus inside of our brokerage account. Will it happen? Let's find out. All right. Well, I'm at work. Happy New Year again. I hope that you have your goals. I hope that you're running as hard as I am. I hope you're accomplishing the things that you want to in life. And if not, wake up and start figuring out your plan and make it into a reality. So, love you guys. Talk to you later.